Should Call of Duty bring jetpacks back? In my opinion, they should. BO7 has already officially confirmed there will be no jetpacks returning to the game. Some data miners have found some coding in BO6 talking about wall running and jetpacking, but in recent time there was a podcast officially confirming jetpacks will not be returning in BO7. But my question today is and should jetpacks return to Call of Duty? The jetpack era was a very controversial era of 3 years non-stop of just jetpacks. We started off with AW, I felt was very solid in public matches and even better in competitive. It brought something new we've never seen before called verticality. The highlights were insane. The games were non-stop. It made you feel like you were just making the most insane play, just flying up in the air and slamming down, shooting two people right there on the hill, breaking hill as fast as you could. It brought something new and it brought something great. Then comes BO3, the mecca of jetpack games, in my opinion. We had specialists. We had the best type of jetpack, in my opinion, where you can actually control how far up you're going to go if you can't slam down, but you had specialists to make up for that. You can do so much crazy plays, so many crazy things. Public matches were absolutely insane. The maps were great, and the guns were also awesome. VMP was my favorite SMG by far of all time. I love the way it played. I love the way it shot. The M8 was great. The Shiva overpowered, especially with high caliber. And then Ban and Protect, very controversial, but in my opinion, let lower tier teams compete with the high tier teams. So I felt it brought something new and great. Then comes Infinite Warfare, which kind of takes a dookie on the rest of the Jetpack series. I felt it was like a transition going from BO2 to then Call of Duty Ghosts, where people were kind of tired of everything. The maps looked kind of dreary. The colors were dreary. The way it played. The public matches weren't good. Streaks weren't that great either. But competitive was actually pretty solid, in my opinion, and then the skill gap was still increased. But either way, BO7 would be insane with jetpacks, with omni movements and jetpacks. Imagine sliding backwards, flying up in the air. It would be crazy. It would definitely take a lot of people out the game, but it would increase that skill gap, especially now since shooting is so straight and it's just cartoonish and it's absolutely insane. Everyone could shoot nowadays. It's not like before, but I feel like jetpacks would bring something back to that. What do you guys think? Should they bring jetpacks? Should we have a jetpack game coming soon? Thank you for watching. This is Brandon with Visual Gaming 305. Make sure to follow in the Discord. Make sure to follow on YouTube. Peace.